Hello students, welcome in the next lecture of matrix algebra. Okay, so in the previous lecture we are going to study the system of linear equations in which we saw the how to solve the system of linear equations using the row reduction method. Okay, so in the today's lecture we are going to discuss the row reduction and the echelon form. That is, we have to see the new concept, that is a new form of the matrix, which is the row echelon form of a matrix. Okay, so here before that, for studying the row reduction and echelon form, we see the some concepts or some definition. First definition is the non-zero row or non-zero row or column. Non-zero row or column. Non-zero row or a column, that means a column or a row that contains at least one non-zero entry, that contains at least one non-zero entry. Then we say that it is the non-zero row or a column. Okay. Then next we see the definition of leading entry. Okay, leading entry. Okay, so the leftmost non-zero entry, in a non-zero row of a matrix which is called the leading entry. Then we have to see the actual definition of echelon form. Then we see the echelon form of a matrix. Echelon form of a matrix. Okay. So a matrix is in triangular form. Satisfies the following three conditions. Satisfies the following three conditions is called satisfying the following three conditions is called the echelon form of a matrix. Okay, a triangular form of matrix, that is, the given matrix satisfies that if we use the row reduction and to convert matrices in triangular form, and if that triangular form satisfies the following three conditions, then we say that the matrix is in echelon form. Okay, so first condition is the non-zero rows are above of any zero row. Then second condition is that each leading entry in a column of a row is in column to the right of the leading entry of the leading entry of the above row. Okay, and third one is that all entries below the leading in a column are zero. Okay, so if the triangular form, that is by using row reduction we convert given matrix to the triangular form, and if the matrix satisfies all these three conditions, then we say that it is in row echelon form, or we say that simply it is the echelon form. So first condition is that the non-zero rows are above of the any zero row. That means in triangular form, in this way, if here we consider the 3 by 3 matrix. Suppose first row entries are 2, 4, 1, then 0, 4, 2, and third row will be 0, 0, 0. So that means the non-zero rows are above of any zero row. Here the zero row which be the below of all the non-zero row. In this way we have to write. Okay, if the zero row is here and here will be the non-zero row, this will be non-zero row and this will be the zero row, then we have to shift this zero row below the non-zero row. So always note that the zero row in a triangular form always in the below, that is at the bottom of the triangular form. Okay, then second condition is that each leading entry of row is in a column to the right of the leading entry of the above row. That means here if we consider the two consecutive rows, that is in this way 0, 2, 5, or here we consider 0, 0, 1. If we consider here these two consecutive rows, then leading entry of this first row will be this, and for this row will be this entry too. Okay, because we write here definition of leading entry, the leftmost non-zero entry in a non-zero row of a matrix. Okay, so leftmost non-zero entry in a non-zero row will be this, and for this second row will be also non-zero row. So first non-zero or leftmost non-zero entry in a non-zero row will be this. So this is the leading entry. Okay, so here these two leading entry for these two consecutive rows, the above row of this row will be this. So leading entry of this row will be right of the leading entry of this row in this way. Okay, similarly for again these two consecutive rows, the leading entry of this row will be right to the leading entry of this row, because leading entry of this row will be here. So in this manner we have to get the leading entry, or we have to convert that triangular form. And the third one is the all the entries below the leading entry in a column are 0. That means if we have to get this will be the leading entry, and if here with the non-zero entry, suppose here will be 2, then we have to make this 2 as a 0 using this leading entry. That means below of the leading entry all the entries in a column we have to make it as a 0. So if we convert the given triangular form in this way, and that means this angular form satisfies these three conditions, then we say that the given matrix is in echelon form. Here we write some examples of echelon form. Suppose we consider the A matrix, that is 1, 2, 3 first row, then second row will be 0, 2, 4, then third row will be 0, 0, 0, and which is the triangular form of a matrix, because here 0 row will be the below of the all the non-zero rows, and here for these two consecutive non-zero rows, the leading entry of this row will be right of the leading entry of this row, so which is in echelon form. Then if we consider the B matrix, which is the echelon form. Okay, then if we consider the B matrix, or take this B matrix which entries are 2, 4, 1, then second row will be 0, 0, 0, and third row will be 0, 0, 1. Then it is not a echelon form, because here if we observe the second row, then the second row will be the 0 row, and which is the above of the non-zero row. Therefore, it is not the echelon form of a matrix. If we shift this row to the below, that is, if we shift this non-zero row above of the 0 row, then this new form is in the echelon form. So in this way, okay. Again, if we can, I write this next matrix, that is here 1, 2, 3, then 0, 0, 1, then 0, 2, 3. Okay, so in this way. Then here also if we consider these two consecutive non-zero rows. Then here the leading entry of this row will be the right of the leading entry of this above row. But here if we consider these two consecutive row, then the leading entry of this row which is not right to the leading entry of this above row. So for these two consecutive row, the second condition fails. So it is also not a echelon form, or the matrix is not in echelon form. In this way, we can easily check the given matrix either is in echelon form or not in echelon form, or by using the row reduction or row operations, that is using row reduction we easily convert the given matrix to in its echelon form. Okay. Then next we have to see the reduced row echelon form, that means row echelon form or reduced echelon form. Reduced row echelon form of a matrix. Okay, matrix. Okay, so reduced row echelon form of a matrix, that means the given matrix first is in echelon form, and if the echelon form of a matrix satisfies another two conditions, then we say that the given matrix is in reduced row echelon form. So we write here the definition, that is the matrix is in echelon form satisfies following conditions, then it is in reduced row echelon form. It is in reduced row echelon form. Okay. So I write that condition. First condition is the leading entry in echelon form must be 1. Okay. So leading entry in the echelon form of a matrix must be 1. That is the first condition. In echelon form, leading entry is either 1 or other than 1. Okay. Then second condition is that the leading entry is the only non-zero entry. The leading entry is the only non-zero entry in a column. Okay, that means the leading entry is the only non-zero entry in a column. That means the above entry of the leading entry and below entries of the leading entry we have to must make it as a 0. Okay, the leading entry is the only non-zero entry in a column. All other entries are 0. Okay, so in this way. Then here we write the example. If we consider the any cross-end identity matrix, then which is always is in the reduced row echelon form, that is identity matrix is of any order n cross n, then which is always in the row reduced echelon form. Suppose we write here the matrix A, whose first row will be 1 0 0, then second row will be 0 0 1, then third row will be 0 0 0, then which is the reduced row echelon form, because here leading entry will be 1 and below of that leading entry the entries are 0, and also this form is the echelon form because the leading entry of first row will be this and leading entry of second row will be this. The leading entry of first row, that is above row, which is the right of the leading entry of the below row. Okay, and here the 0 row which is at the bottom, so which is in echelon form, and again the leading entry will be here 1 and below of that and above of that leading entry the entries are 0. So this form is the reduced row echelon form. Okay, then here note that all the identity matrices, all the identity matrices of order n cross n are always in reduced row echelon form. Okay, so in shortly we can write in this way, reduced row echelon form. Okay, then also note that here the reduced row echelon form, the reduced row echelon form of a matrix is unique. The reduced row echelon form of a matrix is unique. If we convert given matrix to the row reduced echelon form, then we have to get the unique row reduced echelon form. But if we compare this with the echelon form, then if we apply the row operation on given matrix A and we convert the given matrix A to the echelon form, if we apply here the different sequence of elementary row operation on matrix A, then we have to get the different row echelon forms. Okay, but the reduced row echelon form will be always unique. So always note that the reduced row echelon form of any matrix is always unique, but the row echelon form, we have to get the different row echelon form for a given matrix by applying different sequence of elementary row operations. Okay, so in this way the reduced row echelon form and difference of the reduced row echelon form and the echelon form. Okay, then we solve some examples on row echelon form and reduced row echelon. Okay, so again here we see as another one definition, that is the, okay, so pivot position, pivot position in a matrix A, that is the location in A, that is in matrix A, corresponds to leading entry. Okay, so pivot position in row echelon form. Okay, so pivot position, that means the position of the leading entry in the row echelon form. Okay, then next to see the pivot column. Okay, so the pivot position is present, in a column, that column is called a pivot column. That column is called a pivot column. Okay, a pivot position is present here, not the here present in that column. That column is called the pivot column. Okay, then next to solve some example on row echelon and reduced row echelon form. Here example, and here in this example we have to locate the pivot column of a matrix A by row reducing the matrix. That means we have to find the pivot column in that matrix, but before that we have to convert the given matrix using row operation to the row echelon form, because pivot column, that means the column that contains the pivot position, and pivot position, that is the non-zero leading entry in a row echelon form. Okay, so first we apply the row operation to convert it into the row echelon form. Okay, so first if we observe the entry in this position, that is A11 will be 1. So we write it as it is, and that means which is the leading entry of first row, non-zero row. Then using that one we have to make this 4 and 6 as 0. So we apply the row operation. Before that we write the A matrix will be, rewrite the A matrix, that is whose first row will be 1, 2, 3, 4, then 4, 5, 6, 7 second row, and last row 6, 7, 8, 9. Then here we apply the row operation for making this and this as a 0. So we apply R2 minus 4 R1, and next to apply R3 minus 6 R1. Okay. So by applying this row operation, we have to get the new matrix. We write here. Okay. So first row will be as it is 1, 2, 3, 4. Then second row 4 minus 4 into 1 we get here 0. Then 5, we write here the row operation, 5 minus 4 into 2. We have to get 4 into 2 is 8. 5 minus 8 we have to get minus 3. Okay. So here will be minus 3, or first to find all the entries. 6 minus 4 into 3. 6 minus 4 into this 3. So 4 into 3 will be 12. 6 minus 12 we get minus 6. Next entry will be 7. 7 minus 4 into 4. So 4 into 4 will be 16. 7 minus 16 we get minus 9. Okay, next. Okay, so we have to get these entries. We write this entry here. So minus 3, minus 6, minus 9. And then next operation, that is we find the third row using this row operation. 6 minus 6 into 1 will be 0. Then next entry will be 7 minus 6 into 2. So 7 minus 6 into 2 will be 6 into 2 will be 12. 7 minus 12 we get minus 5. Okay. Then next entry will be 8. 8 minus 6 into with respect to entry of R1 will be 3. So 6 into 3 will be 18. 8 minus 18 we get minus 10. Okay. Then next entry will be 9 minus 6 into 4. 6 into 4 will be 24. 9 minus 24 we get minus 15. Okay. So we write these entries here. So minus 5, minus 10, and minus 50. Okay. And then third row. Okay. So if we observe again in the second row, we have to get here minus 3. If we write this minus 3 will be as it is, and using that minus 3 we can make this minus 5 as a 0. But for that we have to use the complicated row operations. So first we make this minus 3 as a 0, and then using that one we make this minus 5 as a 0. Okay, so we first make minus 3 as a 1 by applying a row operation minus 1 by 3 R2. Okay, then we have to get the new matrix, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. First row as it is, second row becomes changes. 0 divided by minus 3 will be 0, minus 3 by minus 3 1. Then minus 6 divided by minus 3 we get 2, and minus 9 divided by minus 3 we get here 3. Okay. Then 0, minus 5, minus 10, minus 15. Third row will be as it is. Okay. Then next, to use this one, we use this one to make this minus 5 as a 0. So for that we apply the row operation, that is R3 plus 5 R2. Okay. Then we have to get 1, 2, 3, 4. First row will be as it is, second row will be again as it is, 0, 1, 2, 3. Then 0 plus 5 into 0 we get here 0. Minus 5 plus 5 into 1 we get 0. Then next entry will be minus 10 plus 5 with respect to entry of R2 will be 2. So 5 into 2 10. 10 minus 10 plus 10 we get 0. And next entry will be minus 15 plus 5 into 3. 5 into 3 15. Minus 15 plus 15 again we get here 0. Okay. So in this way. Then here we have to get the third row will be totally 0, and first and second row will be non-zero rows. And here if we observe the leading entry of first row, then leading entry of first row will be this 1, and leading entry of second row again will be again 1, that is which is in 2 position, and here which is in 1 position. Okay. So leading entry of above row is right of the leading entry of the below row. So this is the echelon form. This is the echelon form. Okay. So which is the echelon form of the given matrix A. So in this way we obtain the echelon form of matrix A by using the elementary sequence of elementary row operations. Okay. Then here we want to find the or locate the pivot column, that is to find the which are the pivot columns in given echelon form. So for that we have to find first pivot position. So here pivot positions are here pivot position, this is the definition. Okay, so pivot position, that is the position of the non-zero leading entry in a non-zero row of a echelon form. So leading entry of this non-zero row, first non-zero row will be this. So position of this leading entry will be 1 1. So the first pivot position is at 1 1. Okay, then the in next non-zero row, the leading entry of this second non-zero row will be this one, and which is at the position 2 2. So the second pivot position will be 2 2. Okay, then these two pivot positions are present in, and therefore the pivot positions are present in first and second column. So pivot columns are first and second column. Okay, so pivot columns are here, first column and second column are the pivot column, because pivot position which are present in first and second column. So in this way we locate the pivot column. Okay, then next to see the how to convert or how to obtain the reduced row echelon form from the given row of echelon form from the given matrix. Okay, by using the sequence of this matrix, if we observe, this is the matrix is of order 3 cross 4, 3 rows and 4 columns. Okay, so not necessary the given matrix is of order n cross n for converting or for making this as in echelon or reduced row echelon form. Okay, so we apply here row operation to make this, to convert it into the reduced row echelon form. Okay, so if we observe here at this position, the first at 1 1 position the entry will be 0. So we have to make this entry as a first non-zero entry. So we here apply the row interchange operation. So first we rewrite the given matrix and then we apply the row interchange operation. So 0 1 2 1 first row, then second row 1 minus 1 minus 1 0 2, then third row will be 1 2 1 1. Okay, then we apply the row operation. So here we apply the row interchange operation, we interchange first and second row. Okay, so we get here R12 by making this first row will be 1 minus 1 0 2, and second row 0 1 2 1, and third row will be as it is 1 2 1 1. Okay, so in this we have to make, using this one we have to make this one as a 0. So for that we apply the row operation R3 minus R1. Okay, then we have to get the new matrix 1 minus 1 0 2, first row will be as it is, again second row as it is 0 1 2 1, and third row get changes to 1 minus 1 0, then 2 minus minus plus 1, that is we get here 3. Okay, then 1 minus 0 1 and 1 minus 2, that is minus 1. Okay, so this we get the new matrix. Okay, then next we have to make second row. Here the leading entry in second row will be 1, because which is the first leftmost non-zero entry. Leftmost, that is first non-zero entry will be here in this position, 2 2 position, and which, so then we have to make this entry and this entry as a 0 using this 1, because we have to convert it into the reduced row echelon form. That means the leading entry will be here 1 in second row, and below of that entry the entry will be 3, and above of that entry will be minus 1. So we have to make this as a 0. Okay, so we apply the row operation R1 plus R2, and then we apply the row operation R3 minus 3 R2. Okay, so we have to get the new matrix. First to get changes, 1 plus 0 will be 1, then minus 1 plus 1 0, then 0 plus 2 will get 0, then 2 plus 1 we get here 3. Okay, second row will be as it is 0, 1, 2, 1, and third row get changes 0 plus minus 3 into 0 will be 0. Okay, then 3 minus 3 into 1 we get here 0, and next entry 1 minus 3 into 2. 3 into 2 will be minus 6, so 1 minus 6 we get minus 5, and last entry minus 1 minus 3 into 1. So minus 1 minus 3 we get here minus 4. So we have to get here minus 5 and minus 4. Okay, then here which is get the leading entry in second row, and we make using this leading entry below and above of that entry will be 0. Then in the third row again we have to get third row will be the non-zero row. So in third row the leading entry will be minus 5. So we have to make first this minus 5 as a 1. So we apply the operation minus 1 by 5 are 3. Then we have to get the matrix. First row will be as it is 1 0 2 3, then 0 1 2 1, then 0 0. By dividing minus 5 we get here 1, and here we get 4 divided by 5. Okay, then using that leading entry 1 we have to make above of that entries will be 0, because here this leading entry will be in third row, that is at the bottom, so below of that entry will be not present. Here we have to only make the above of that leading entry, that is this entry, as a 0. So in difference in the row echelon form and reduced row echelon form is that in row echelon form we have to make only the below of the leading entry entries are 0, and in reduced row echelon form we have to make the below of the entries of the leading entry and above of the entries of the leading entry we have to make both are 0, that is above and below and above both entries of the leading entry we have to make 0. Okay, so using this one we make this and this as 0. So for that we apply the operation R1 minus 2 R3, then R2 minus 2 R3. Then we have to get the matrix A. First row will be 1 minus 2 into 0, that is 1, then 0 0 here, so we get here 0, then 2 minus 2 into 1 we get 0, and last entry 3 minus 2, and with respect to here entry of R3 will be 4 by 5, so we have to get here 3 minus 4 into 2, that is 8 by 5, and by taking cross multiplication we get 5 into 3 15 minus 8 divided by here 7 divided by 5. So here we have to get 7 divided by 5, and then applying this row operation R2 minus 2 R3, 0 minus 2 into 0 will be 0, then 1 minus 2 into 0 we get 1, then 2 minus 2 into 1 we get 0, and last entry 1 minus 1 minus 2 into 4 divided by 5. Again here we get 1 minus 8 divided by 5. So by taking cross multiplication we get 5 minus 8 divided by 5. So 5 minus 8 we get minus 3 divided by 5. Okay, minus 3 by 5. Okay, then next third row will be as it is 0 0 1 and 4 divided by 5. So in this way then we have to get which is the reduced row echelon form, because the leading entry in first row will be this, and below of that entries will be 0, which is leading entry will be we make 1, then in second row leading entry will be this 1. We have to make always in row reduced form leading entry will be 1, so we make it as 1, and below of that and below and above of that entry will be 0. So and again in third row the leading entry will be here at this position at 3 position, so we make it as 1, and above of that entry will be 0, so which is the reduced row echelon form, reduced row echelon form of capital matrix A, that is matrix A. And here pivot positions are pivot position, that is the leading entries position in the reduced row echelon form. So pivot positions are 1 1, then 2 2 and 3 3. These are the pivot position. So the pivot columns are pivot position present in column, that is first column, then second column and third column. So first, second and third column are the pivot columns because the pivot positions are present in that column. Okay. So in this way, the pivot position, that means the zero entry, that is the leading entry in that row. Okay. Non-zero row, the leading entry, which is called the location of that position, which is the pivot position. Okay. And pivot position present in that column, which is called the pivot column. So in this way we can easily convert the given matrix to the reduced row echelon form by using the sequence of elementary row operation. Okay, so difference in the row echelon and reduced row echelon form is only that we have to make in row echelon form the leading entry will be only non-zero leading entry, and below of that entries the entry will be, we have to make 0. But in reduced row echelon form we have to make below of the entries of the leading entry and above of the entries of the leading entry, both we have to make 0. And always note that in reduced row echelon form the leading entry we have to make it as a always 1, not a non-zero. Okay, we have to make always that non-zero entry that is leading in this way. Then today we will stop here. Thank you.